for him. So, the lesson that I learned and I wanted to share on today about maximizing all of your talents, it's a lesson that is for people who are on a mission to live at the top in life. Because what I've learned is it's always room at the top. It's the bottom that's usually overcrowded. So it's like, how do we, in the most efficient amount of time, get people to strive for living at the top, maximizing all their talents personally and professionally? So that's what today is about. I did some research on one of the key words in our theme, maximize. I learned that maximize has several different definitions. One, to maximize is to increase to the greatest possible amount or degree. It is to represent at the highest possible estimate. It means to magnify and to make the greatest or fullest use of. So in essence, when you maximize all of your talents, you maximize your business profits, you maximize your personal profit, you maximize your opportunities, you maximize your importance on this earth, and you minimize the impact that other people's opinion have on your life. Because really at the end of the day, what matters is what you think about you and what you say about your business. So I wanted to start by addressing the elephant in the room. Anytime I hear people talk about growing a business or starting a business, writing a book or finishing a book, and it is often fear. And if you have your books, you can turn to your copyright page. And there you will find that the copyright for both books was completed in 2004. And right now it's 2014. So what took me 10 whole years to complete this process and get to where I would release 2 books to the world? It was fear. And it was fear of, how do I go from where I was to totally relying on God for everything? Because sometimes God will call you to do something that is greater than your environment and greater than your history and greater than the blueprint, or there is no blueprint laid before you. So how do you do that? It took me 10 years to figure that out. I had to learn that what God had for my life, every book I had to write, every organization or business I had to operate, I had to consider my life as a distribution center. I had to learn that on the other side of my obedience to completing these books were people who needed to hear what God kept me through and how God kept me so that I didn't lose my mind in the environment that I was raised in. It was people who, once they saw me tell my story, they would be courageous enough to share their stories. But I didn't see all that 10 years ago. I just sat down and I started writing, and then I put them in a file cabinet and closed it. Then I had to learn that when I began to maximize all my God-given talents with Christ-centered confidence, it could spread like a wildfire. And other people could catch on, and people could start writing books and starting businesses and growing businesses, and there would be no limit to what we could do in Northwest Indiana and in Gary, Indiana, and in these United States of America, and then worldwide. So I said, okay, I'll open the file cabinet. And I took those books out. And then I ran into Miss Lisa Danielle. And I was a vendor at an event. And Ms. Kyla said yesterday, sometimes it's not about the sales that you make that day. It is about positioning yourself to be around vision-minded people. And when I sat next to Lisa, she poured into my life so much. I believe that was March. And between March and today, both of those books that sat in file cabinets for 10 years were completed. So, when God adds to your life, or to your business, or to your household, or to your family, you fill in the blanks. It's a matter of stewardship. How will you manage the talent that He's given you? If He can get wealth or successful business to you, can He get it through you? Can you help somebody else grow their business? Can you help someone else complete their book? Can you mentor our young people so that when we're ready to relax, they're equipped to lead? That's the question we have to answer. Are you a distribution center or a holding center? Are you moving ideas through you, or are you receiving ideas and holding them in your household or in your business? Do you give back to help others move forward? On the other side of your business idea could be the solution to problems that someone is experiencing in life right now. So in a sense, all that I'm saying is that God needs you to have finishing faith. To finish strong in your business, or through your book, or in raising your children, or whatever it is that you have been called to do, finish it. Take it out the file cabinet. Dust it off if it's been there for 10 years like my 2 books sat there. Don't let it sit anymore. The world is waiting on you. People, in this room, we have history makers and world changers. We just have to decide to do it and to pursue it with passion. So once again, today, it's for people determined to live at the top. And so, I said I had to move past fear. And today, I want to share how I did that. How today I stand before you with no fear of failure, with no fear of my own greatness, with no fear of success in business, with no fear of what happens when I maximize all my talents, with no fear of who's not here or who is here. The way that I did that was, one, I asked God to help me, to believe in me. And so that's the first step. You must believe in you. Because if you don't believe in you, no one else will believe in you. If I had $1 for every time I heard someone say, I started a book, I'd be like a multi-billionaire by now. And I had the opportunity to attend a coupon party. Miss Nakia, if you will, wave your hand. She is the queen of all things couponing. I had the honor of attending one of her couponing one-on-one parties, because I tell people all the time, my husband worked hard to make his money and I work hard to save it. So I was in training at her party. And I met a woman there, and I shared with her about the book release. She said, you know, I want to write a book. She was at a round table like this, and every person that she brought with her laughed at her. And I thought to myself, wow, no one in your circle believes in you? You need to change your circle. Amen. And I'm glad she was at Nakia's party, because I'm sure some of what Nakia has to rub off on her. And she may pursue writing that book. However, it's important to surround yourself with people and environments that say, I believe in you. Point number 2. I began to watch television with the purpose. I began to watch TV to learn and then to implement what I learned and to grow because I learned. So I no longer watch mindless television for hours. Because a lot of times, God may give a person a business, but they're watching someone else tell their vision through the television so much that they don't get their vision done. So, one of my favorite business shows, Shark Tank. Anyone watch Shark Tank? Okay. Every Friday night, 7 o'clock, I'm just saying. But I was watching the episode, and this man started a shoelace company. He said, I learned I had to get lean. And I was wondering, is he talking about pounds? Because I'm on that journey too. What he was talking about was cutting away anything that distracted him from his business. He said he cut away people and doing extra things. And he got laser focused on his business. And as a result, one of his college professors told him he didn't think he was a good student for the college's engineering program. However, on this man's graduation day, that same professor told him he was sorry he didn't believe in him as much as he believed in himself. This man went on to graduate college, started his business, and now he does business both nationally and internationally because he got lean. So part of my getting lean, it is working on me, and it is working on the time that I am investing in watching someone else's vision on television. So only television with a purpose. 3, build yourself a support team to start or grow your business. Your support team can be a great source of advice. As I said earlier, Mrs. Patterson can be on your support team. You can have a mentor, a business coach, a business advisory board for your business. And congratulations to Miss Kyla, side note, who just got a board for one of her businesses. Yes, that's worthy of applause. Or if you're thinking of starting a nonprofit organization, you need to have a board of directors. Proverbs 15:22 says, plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many advisors bring success. So, as I stated earlier, either create the environment for your business to thrive or surround yourself with people who know how to nurture your talents and your business goals. And everyone who's here today, you get an A for being here. Because this environment is designed to nurture your dreams, your goals, and your businesses. All right, so we all going home with an A today. Step number 4, don't worry about people leaving. Don't worry about people leaving. I like to call it spilled milk. Anyone who can leave you because you are pursuing your God-given purpose or building your business is not necessary for your destiny. In fact, you can give them the gift of goodbye if they want to leave. It's important to be delivered from people who don't support what God is giving you to do in life. Friends who believe that time is valuable and know how to honor your time as well as their time. So, I stated earlier, I shared Felicia's testimony, but we've been friends for about 30 years. I feel younger each time I say how long I've known people. But we've known each other for about 30 years. We don't talk every day. But she knows that I love her, and I know that she loves me, and nothing can change that. So it's important that your friends are mature so that they can either get busy growing with you or they can escort themselves out of your life, okay? Number 5, time management is necessary for your business to be a success. Excellent time management. I said we were starting at noon, we were having lunch at 1, we're starting back at 1:30, we will be out by 3. Because I value time. And as I said earlier, once it is gone, you don't get it back. And so people who hang around me know if they're late, we've already started with or without you. Because I value time. God values time. I've heard many people who become overwhelmed with all the demands of a busy life and operating a business. One valuable lesson I have learned is that you can have it all, just not all at the same time. Some promises, gifts, talents, businesses, ideas are for set seasons of life. And the way that we get overwhelmed is that sometimes we try to do something in a season that's not that season. Like, I admire people who have babies, especially large families or any amount of children. That's a full-time job. And so you have to understand, and this is a lesson Miss Carolyn has taught me. She nurtured her children, then pursued her degrees and her careers, and now she's right in the middle of where God's purpose has led her because she did things in divine order. And so if we get our time right and our assignment right, then everything gets done when it's supposed to be done. It's important to have a great personal and professional life balance. Time management will allow you to do that. It requires you setting priorities in the right order, having normal business hours. Don't call me at 11:30 to talk about business. I'm just saying. I love my husband. I love my life. I want to keep it as great as it is, so I can't answer you at 11:30. We'll talk about business the next day, or you can email me and we can correspond through email. And now I have text messaging, finally. So I can text people the next day. Everyone is clapping because I just got it this year, whatever. But just not allowing those boundaries of time to be crossed. Don't allow personal time to overshadow your business hours, and don't allow your business hours to overshadow your personal and family time. Number 6, your business or organization should look professional on paper. I can't stress that enough. Written agreements are important because they provide crystal clear understanding for everyone involved. I've seen a lot of people get upset and sometimes fall out with each other because they didn't make their expectations known in writing. Written MOUs for nonprofit organizations, detailed work orders for businesses, invoices, purchase orders, a receipt for any time money is transferred. Goes a long way. It's also important to have letters or correspondences on letterhead, business cards for meetings and events, a professional bio, a staffing plan for your business or organization. And it's also important to think like an empire builder. Every day we are building empires. It's either an empire for your family to have a legacy, or when we are consumers, we're building the empires of other people. And so I hope what happens as a result of today is that mindsets are renewed and we become empire builders in our communities and in our families so that we have something to pass on. Sam Walton, who founded Walmart, his family, they've built foundations and passed money down to their children that's still a blessing to so many other people. So we can get that same mindset and start building not just for us, but for many generations after us. Our businesses, if God gave it to you, it is great enough that it can supersede just this generation when we put in the work and when we start thinking like empire builders. Because one day, I would like to be able to reference someone who was here today as an empire builder. So then we won't have to look to Donald Trump's or people who we don't see every day. We can say right down there is a Mrs. Patterson who built an empire. Or Kyla, who built an empire. Lisa, who built an empire. Carolyn, Katina, Felicia, they were empire builders. LJ built an empire, passed it down to her beautiful children. That's what we're looking for. Dara built an empire. Angela, she built an empire and passed it down to her daughter. That's what we're looking to do. So today was not just about what Tavetta Patterson is doing. It's about how can we grow together. Number 7, celebrate the success of others. I heard Dr. Cindy Trim say, what you celebrate, you attract. If you're celebrating great, extraordinary artists like Miss Sharon Fountain Thomas, you attract that greatness into your life. That's what's important. I had a life lesson from a woman who lived to be 110 years old. I like hanging around people who have exceeded living for 100 years. She said to me, do all you can for everyone you can while you can. I said, I'll take that and live by it, because you don't get to be 110 by accident. That's some grace and some wisdom that you've attained. So I live by that. Anytime I can celebrate someone else, I look for ways to do that, because that's how we grow together. And that's how businesses thrive. And that's how communities are transformed. And that's how some of the issues that we've been looking at time and time again on the news get resolved. We celebrate each other. And then, lesson number 8 that I learned, partner and mutually beneficial business partnerships. Partnerships should go both ways. It should not be just one person benefiting from your business partnership. If it's one-sided, you can back your side out. Okay? I believe it should include a written business agreement, and it should be reviewed and signed at the beginning of the business partnership. Please be aware of anyone who does not want to do business in writing. I'm just saying. Legitimate businesses have written agreements and policies that they abide by. And if people are not clear on their own vision, they will have a hard time understanding your vision. Consulting advice is not the same as shifting or changing your whole vision. Consulting advice is helping you to have clearer understanding of how to actually fulfill your vision. I believe I'm getting a yes, that's what it is. Excellent. So, one of the quotes that I learned from a gentleman, his name is Earl Stafford. He said, if the Lord be your partner, may you make your plans great. So every partnership should have some component in it that involves God, from seeking direction as to how it should go, or who you should partner with, or how you grow your business. That's important. Number 9, as I hurry to my very end, produce results, people. I think that's plain and simple. You produce results by writing a talent inventory list. And that list can be really, really clear, one-word talents. Singing for Marsha. I'm always trying to get her on some platform because she sings like I sound in my mind to me. Talking, dancing, just list out what are your talents and then match your talents with your business goals. Some talents we were born with, and then some are learned or sharpened as we go through life, but it's important to know what they are. And then I read in Matthew chapter 25, it said, unto one he gave 5 talents, unto another 2, and then another 1, to every person according to their ability. So that means we all have an ability. The person that received 2 talents gained 2 talents beside them. But the one who received the 1 talent was afraid, So he went and hid his talent in the earth. And in a sense, not sharing what your talents are is like burying them or hiding them in the earth. And I was so excited about Miss Thomas when she said she wanted to be a vendor, because I remember when all these beautiful paintings were just hanging in her house. And now she has brought them outside to display them. And she's a commissioned artist. And that to me is exciting, because she has evaluated what her talents are, and now she's sharing it with the world. That's outstanding to me. That deserves recognition. And so the lesson that I learned from Matthew 25 is why we're here today. I encourage each of you to maximize all your talents. Give God a return on every talent He has invested in your life. And the last lesson that I learned that helped me to overcome fear was, do not overload your schedule with to-do lists assigned by other people. Because I think we all have been guilty of doing that. What did God tell you to do last? And did you do it? Or were you busy doing other people's to-do lists? And I have this quote that I love to share. SYB. It means save your breath. When you tell people, I can't do your to-do list, you just say no. And that's it. Save your breath. No other explanation needed. No. It's an art to say no. I encourage you to practice it every now and then. Because to be unapologetically great, you have to be unapologetically focused. And it's very easy to distinguish between your to-do list and someone else's to-do list. One is the source. Did it come from them? Or did you and God figure it out together? And of course you're going to help people, but don't become overwhelmed with their list of things to do. The way, in addition to saying no, the way that you can do that is to embrace the power of now. Like this moment that you're in right now is a powerful moment. And I oftentimes ask my husband when we go on vacation, what moment did you enjoy the most? And he often says, the one I'm in right now. I'm like, okay, I can start living by this. And then I went to another birthday party of a woman who turned 104 years old about 2 weeks ago. Miss Carolyn hosted that party. Thank you for hosting that fabulous experience for me. But at this party, she got gifts and she got cards. And at 104, she showed me what it meant to embrace now. She took her time, she rubbed each card, and she felt the texture of the words and the glitter that was on the cards. And then Carolyn gave her a scarf. And so she took her scarf and she laid it around her. No, Carolyn went to put her scarf back in her gift bag. And she said, no, I'm wearing it today because it is my birthday. I said, I get it. That's embracing now. She wasn't going to take it home and put it in her closet and wait to wear it. It was her birthday. She wore it that day. And today is not only a day that we celebrated my aunt's birthday and Miss Kyla's birthday. Today is a birthday for some of your dreams and some of your goals to be born. And so I encourage you to wear your talents like a badge of honor, because it is. Because in reality, every talent that you were given was handpicked by God. and then assigned to you for you to come out of the shadows and to maximize that talent and to wear it every day. And I believe that's why God didn't give me Marsha's voice, because I would be singing on my voicemail. I would be singing everywhere I go if I sounded like that. And so he gave it to her, and I still get to benefit from it. And I am still blessed by it. And every time she sings Faith, I act like it's my first time because I love it so much. However, that's what our talents are for, to unwrap them on this earth and to make life richer for everyone who is around us. So, that's the lesson that I received about maximizing all your talents.